once it so happened that we were at Ganesh in the garden Pune, and there it so happened that when I went to Baba, he said that today I am very, very tired and I want to take rest. Be careful not to make any movement, not to make any noise, and keep awake. I tell you, I am very tired today. I want to take rest. So he was resting and I was sitting there. No movement means like this I was sitting. And what happened? All of a sudden I got coughing sensation. And when coughing sensation was there, now what to do? Now movement would be there. So I wanted to check it, and it was more and more. And then I took my kerchief and put, movement was there, but what to do? So I put the kerchief in my mouth, and the sensation was more and more, and that noise came out, oh, like this. And Baba got up. He says that now I got palpitation and this, and I had told you that not to make any noise. Why did you do this? Why did you make noise? I'm now so restless. This, call the women and you be there, just near the door. So then, of course, they were called. And Baba was telling them that this man, I told him that I was tired, I wanted to take rest, and he made noise, and because of that, I'm just feeling restless. And of course, the palpitation is there. Ghaver, just see, that palpitation and this. And Ghaver examined, he says that, because of him, this has happened. And I heard, I think Mani said, that Baba, he must not have done deliberately. Yes, I know that he did not do deliberately, but he, of course, disturbed me. What about that? And so many things he said, and I was listening. And then afterwards, he asked the women to go. And they left, and he called me. I went inside. He said, why did you make that noise? I said, Baba, you did not ask me. Why did I make that noise? So why did you make, now I am asking you, why did you make that noise? I said, I would have died. Died? What happened? I said, I got that coughing sensation, and because of that, I put a kerchief in my mouth to check it. But I could not check it, and that's why that noise came. I would have died. Oh, I did not know that. Come. And he embraced me and finished. He said, I did not know that. I did not know. I tell you, one incident. We were at Meherabad, and from Meherabad we had to go to Bombay. Now Meherabad means rice and dal once, because I had to keep night watch, so I would not be able to eat dinner. So lunch I would take. So Baba says that now we are going to Bombay. We would be with Arnavas, and best type of food there. Eat well and improve your health. Eat well. I said, and he repeatedly told me that very good food you would get there. Eat well. All right. So we went there. Now what happens? Baba was there in Ashiana with Arnavas, that apartment was there. But I had to go back to 1 mile to sleep. So at 4 o'clock I would leave Baba, and then I would go there. So first day when we reached there, of course there was no possibility of lunch because we went late. So I did not take anything. So Baba, at night Baba says to me that here food excellent. Don't eat anything outside. And how to eat? Money should be there. So, but take only 1 cup of tea and don't take anything. Otherwise, how would you be able to eat here? So don't eat outside. Just 1 cup of tea. So in the morning, of course, at 4 o'clock I went there. 1 mile away from there. I just slept there, and the maid servant comes and knocks the door. So I opened the door, and the owner says, you take bath, otherwise no water, take bath. So I took bath and then again came back to Ashiana. On the way, of course, I took 1 cup of tea. Now lunch time. It was there. Good food, So Baba was ready for me. So we went there. Of course, other Mandali members were there. So first day, of course, when I took food, oh, so much you are eating? So much? Baba. So I thought that Baba was joking, Whether he has any shame, so much he is eating. And then he was after me. Anyway, first day, little I ate. The next day, lunch time, So when I went there, just I took one piece of bread. Oh, so much you are eating. So what to do now? So much you are eating. So I took one glass of water and, I was drinking water and one piece of bread. He said, this man has no manners. How he is eating here? Just see how he is drinking water and eating. So it went on and on. Then every day it would happen. So when that lunch time would come, then of course I would just feel furious. And I would go here, there in the toilet, I would just pass time. But Baba would be there, ready for me. And as soon as I would go there, he would start, oh, this man, he has no manners, this, no etiquette, table etiquette, this, that. So I would not eat, and it went on for 1.5 months continuously. So in the morning at 4 o'clock when I would go, so there was some road work was going on, the stones were there, the laborers, they would just sleep there, snoring. And I would think, their life, of course, better than me. They can sleep very well. And here I am, now I go there, even half an hour, and then the maid servant comes and knocks the door and I had to get up. Those laborers, when I would go to some restaurant to have a cup of tea, they would just go there and eat a lot. They can eat well, they can sleep well, and here is just see my life, what type of life is this? So it just went on, and Baba would be after me. Then one day, I got very much upset. I just sat there, and Baba said, this man has no manners, this, everybody is waiting now, he has come, just see how he is sitting there. So I got so upset that I left. When I left, the compassionate Lord, what he did, he brought papaya for me, and he says, eat it. I said, I don't want to eat. He said, why? I said, I don't want, you just give me 8 annas, 50 paisa per day, and I would eat outside, not here. He said, 50 paisa? What would you eat? I said, you don't ask me what I would eat, but I would be very, very happy. I don't want this food, I would eat outside. And then he says to me, what instruction I had given to you at Meherabad, do you remember? I said, I don't remember. So he said, did I not ask you to eat well? Repeatedly I told you, I had given that instruction, eat well. Why did you break my order? And when every day you are breaking my order, you are just breaking my heart. How much hurt I would feel when you would not obey my instruction. And he was right. Yes, he had given that instruction that I should eat well. So he said, did I not tell you? And then I realized that I started eating. Then afterwards, we came down to Pune. And there was that meeting, and Baba gave warning. So at that time, the lovers from Bombay and Navsari, Gujarat, they were called. Then after the meeting, Baba asked them to eat there. So the food was there, and 70-80 persons were there. It was served, I was also there. Now, Baba says, you are eating so much, and I would eat. Baba says that, look here, he is one of the mandali, and I am telling him, still just see how he is eating, whether he has any shame. So they would look at me, and I would eat. So just see this man, whether he has any shame, I am telling him that not to eat so much, and how he is eating. And they would just look at me, and I would eat. And they were just thinking that what type of man he is. And just look at him. He is one of my mandali, and just see, can you do it? So they said, no, Baba. No, Baba. Just see this man, whether he has any shame. And repeatedly Baba said this, and they were just thinking that what type of man I was, Then they left. And when Baba retired, I went there. He was just waiting for me. As soon as I went to him, he embraced with all love. And he said, today you made me happy. I was very, very happy that, of course, you obeyed me perfectly. So such thing would happen, his obedience, of course, when one thinks that what the other people will think about me, then of course, it is impossible to obey him. then of course you have to see the pattern of the world, society, this, that, and you cannot obey, but you just forget about everything just to see what his instructions are there, you pay attention, then of course, the time comes when the world will follow you. But first you follow him, don't follow the world, and a time comes when without asking, without demanding, the world comes to you. But one should just remain detached from that, no care for anything, just for him. Whatever he says, one should just take care of that, one should obey his instructions. Once it so happened, in Pune we were there, and of course I was the night watchman, but sometimes Baba would call me at 3 o'clock, so from 3 o'clock the watch would begin when he would retire early. So once it so happened that when I was with him, it was about 5 o'clock, and he says that give me a glass of water. So I was about to give him, so he says, put on the light. So I put on the light, and then of course I gave him a glass of water. He said, why did you put on the light? What was my first order? So I said, to give you a glass of water. So why did you not obey my first order? First order should be obeyed first. And I realized my mistake. So I kept quiet. Of course, I did not say anything. The next day, same thing happened. So he asked me to give him a glass of water. And then immediately he says, put on the light. So I gave him a glass of water. He said, I asked you to put on the light. Why did you not do that? I said, first order was to give a glass of water. So first order I am obeying first, He says, that was for yesterday, not for today. So why did you not do that? So I said, how can I know, Baba, what you want? I did not know, because yesterday you told me that the first order should be obeyed first, so I am doing that. He said, but I am telling you the truth, whether I am mad. I am telling you that today I wanted that you should give me, you should put on the light first. I said, how is it possible? How can I know that? So he says, when you don't know, that means it shows that you are ignorant. What I want, when you don't understand, when you don't know, it shows that you are ignorant. And when you are ignorant, then why do you argue with me? Why don't you just accept whatever I say? I am telling you the truth, that I wanted that today the second order should be obeyed first. So that I wanted. I am telling you the truth. And when you don't know that, don't argue with me. Don't argue. And it shows that you are ignorant, and that's why, because you are ignorant, you must accept whatever I say. This is the truth that I wanted, that you should obey my second order.
Bhau, sometimes when I'm confronted by a situation, it's hard to know what Baba wants me to do.
You think that, whether Baba wants me to do like this or like that. But after he dropped his body and certain things happen, actually that feeling is there, this is what Baba wants. You have not to think about it, it just comes. It just comes. Because when you lead that dedicated life for him, of course he is always there to help you. Always there to help you. Only thing that one should accept him wholeheartedly and just to live for him and work for him. When such conviction is there, then of course, he is there to help. Baba has said that there are 3 types of disciples. It is his compassion, I am just telling you, 3 types of disciples. One type is such that, he says, follow me. And without any argument, without any hesitation, they just follow him. Second type, of course, he says, follow me. So they just think about it, whether to follow or not. So, in that case, of course, he catches hold of your hand and pulls, and you follow him. But the third type, he says, follow him, follow me. Why should we follow you? Why should we follow you? Then, of course, he tries to catch hold of your hand, so you pull towards yourself. So it becomes very difficult, and for such type of disciples also, he just takes them on his shoulder and takes to the destination. He does not leave anyone because he is for all. It is not that he is for those who are saints and he is not for the sinners. No, it is not like this. He is for all, for each individual. He is the only one who is responsible for each one from beginning to end. From beginning means when you come in creation until the time you get God realization, he is the only one who is responsible for that. And this is the reason when he drops his body, of course his work goes on because he is the responsible one. He has that responsibility. And because of this responsibility, of course, he has to come age after age, again and again. When a perfect master drops his body, of course, he does not come again. His work is over when he drops his body. But Avatar's work, it is never, it is just continuous. It is continuous, it will never end. So he is bound by the creation. He is free, at the same time bound by the creation because he is the responsible. Because of his responsibility, he remains bound. So though he is free in his own form, he is bound by us, bound in us. And because that responsibility he has taken upon himself, and that's why it happens like this. So his work, it just goes on and on and on. It never stops. And this is the reason why Jesus Christ, whether he is in form, whether Ram is in form, Muhammad is in form, why people worship them? The same one, the Zoroaster. Because he is the real one. And that's why he is always worshipped. Though he changes the form, comes age after age, the same one, but he is always worshipped. Big leader, big following, this, that. So long he is alive, of course, the leader is there, the people follow him. But when he dies, finished, after some time finished, people forget him. But he is remembered because he makes home, his own home in each heart. He lives there, and that's why he is always worshipped. He is the real one. So any form, Ram, Krishna, Jesus Christ, Zoroaster, he is the same one. Same one. And just like those who follow Jesus Christ, I tell you, when they come in contact with Baba, they know how to love Jesus Christ. Those who follow Ram, they know how to love him when they come in contact with Baba. Because he gives something, he awakens the heart, and that's why your heart accepts the real one. It is not that we follow this one and we follow that one. And follow means in what sense? Follow means not just some ceremony and this you do and you follow. It should come in through your deeds. Your deeds should be such that you should show through your deeds that you are following him. And he is the one. Of course, always he protects. It is not that if anybody does anything wrong, so he just leaves that or ignores that. That is not the thing. Suppose you do something wrong, he knows that why did you do that? He knows the reason. And because he knows the reason, of course he forgives. And because he forgives, the whole creation goes on. Otherwise, it is very difficult then. The creation cannot go on if his forgiveness is not there. I give one incident. When Baba was in Panjgani in 1938, so there was one man, his name was Chagan, one of the mandali. He was keeping night watch. So one night, Baba tells him that Chagan, you just bring one good ideal boy. Tomorrow you go and find out. I want one ideal boy. He should be healthy and energetic, good looking. So Chagan, of course, in the morning after the watch, he goes and then he finds out in Panjgani. But he could not find a good boy. Then he went to another place and he made a search but could not find an ideal boy. Then afterwards he went to a restaurant to take something. And there he saw a boy. And he was good looking, healthy. So Chagan asked him, how much pay do you get here? So he said, 25 rupees. He said, if I give 50 rupees, will you come with me? So that boy says that you ask my proprietor, and if he release me, of course, I will come. So Chhagan went to the proprietor and he said, no, I cannot spare this boy, I cannot. But anyway, he agreed, and Chhagan brought that boy to Baba. Baba was in Panchgani at that time. What happened? When the boy comes, and Chhagan was thinking that Baba would be very happy to see this boy. He looks so fine and healthy and energetic. Baba would like this boy. So when the boy comes, so Baba says, Chhagan, good boy you have brought. So Chhagan was very happy that Baba liked that boy. And then Baba, from head to foot, he saw, and Baba says, Chhagan, I had asked you to bring a healthy boy, whether this boy is healthy. He says, yes, Baba, he is healthy. There was a wound here, and Chhagan did not see. Just look at his foot. And Chhagan saw, and the wound was there. And he could not understand, because he did not see that. Baba said, all right, now you have brought him. I like this boy. Do one thing. Take this boy to Meherabad and ask Padri to treat him. Now just see, Panchgani, of course, so many doctors were there. Dr. Nilu was also there, and other doctors were there. But Baba asked Chhagan to go to Meherabad, take this boy to Meherabad and ask Padri to treat him. And when he would be all right, he should send him to Panchgani. So Chhagan said, all right. Then Baba said, but while going to Meherabad, you get down at Pune. And there, you just see Sadasiv Patel, one of Baba's disciples, and tell him that I am very happy with him. So just give this message and then you go to Meherabad. So Chhagan, of course, he started and got down at Pune station, and from there he went to see Sadasiv Patel. At that time there was no pipe system, nothing. The wells were there, and the women were just fetching water from the well. So many women were there near the well. And one of them, she saw that boy, and she just cried and ran after that boy, my Hamid, and she embraced him. And Chhagan could not understand what was the matter. So he went to Sadasiv Patel and he says that Baba had given me this instruction. And one woman, of course, she came running and crying, and what to do now? You just come. So Sadasiv Patel came, and then they inquired. When they inquired, that boy was missing from home since last 5 years. He was the only son of the parents. And mother and father, of course, they became mad. The mother was weeping, where is my Hamid? Oh God, you just send my Hamid back. Day and night she was weeping since last 5 years, and here God sends Hamid to her. So then, of course, Chhagan came to know, and Chhagan sent a telegram to Baba. So Baba asked him to come back. So Chhagan went back. So it was just, there was no reason why that boy should be sent to Meherabad. But it was just an excuse. So his work, it is quite different. Nobody can understand what he does and what he wants us to do. It is very, very difficult to understand. But only thing is that when we give our heart to him, of course he is there to help us. There is no achievement. Just like now, you see a dream in the night, and you find that you are a queen, and big palace is there, and of course you enjoy life, and someone comes in your dream and tells you, you are not a queen. You just see a dream. This is a dream. And you will say in the dream that what are you talking? I am a queen. This is my palace. And you tell me that it is a dream. I cannot accept this. I am a queen. This is my palace. So that one tells you that, God is the only reality. All else is nothing but dream. And you say, yes, maybe, but I don't see God. I see that I am a queen, and here is my palace, and I am enjoying life that I experience. And that one goes on giving long discourse on God. God is the only reality, all else is illusion, so many things, but no effect. But when you wake up from your dream, you realize, yes, it was a dream. You were not a queen, it was just a dream. So also this world, whatever we see in the world, it is nothing but dream. In dream, we take birth. In dream, we grow up. In dream, we have the family. in dream we work, and then in dream, of course, again we drop our body, again take birth. It just goes on in dream. There is nothing but dream. God is the only reality. It just goes on and on. And that's why it is said that there is no reincarnation. If there is reincarnation, it is only in dream. And when dream is false, this reincarnation is also false. So here everything goes on in dream, and we just take it as reality. It is not real. It is just a dream, just illusion. But we have to wake up from that dream. And how will you wake up? Only thing that when somebody gives a tight slap, then only you just get up from that. But who will give that? Only He can give that. And for that purpose, He comes, just to awaken us from that dream. And that awakening, when He gives, of course, we try to follow Him, we try to accept Him, we try to fulfill His wish. And this is the time, how fortunate we are, that He has given us that awareness, that consciousness, that we recognize Him, we accept Him. And when we accept Him, it is a great thing. It is He who has made us accept Him. It is not because we are all ignorant, we don't understand anything, we don't know, we are just dreaming. But how compassionate He is that He has made us to recognize Him, to accept Him. It is a great thing, great blessing He has given. It is the grace He has given to us. And that grace, of course, we must realize that the compassionate one, He cannot leave us. He cannot leave us. He is always with us. And His grace is there, His compassion is there, His help is there. We must recognize, we must accept that. And when we have that conviction, then of course nothing, you go in the world, do anything, but He is there to protect you, to keep you detached from the world. Just like a treasurer in the bank, the cashier. What does he do? Whole day he deals with money. Whole day. And when he deals with money, he is very particular about that. Mistakes would not be there. Otherwise, if the mistake would be there, then the whole thing would be spoiled. So he is very careful at that time when he attends his work. But when he goes home, he forgets, because he knows that it does not belong to him. He forgets about that. When again he goes for work, of course, again he is careful. So nothing belongs to us. We must know He is the Lord. Everything belongs to Him. Even your body does not belong to you. When He is the Lord, of course, everything belongs to Him. How can you say that this is my body? When everything belongs to Him, so who are you? You must be the caretaker to take care of certain possessions, certain things He has given to you. So when He has given, you are the caretaker appointed by the Lord. So you must be careful in doing your duty, in fulfilling the duty which He has given. Now here, that man says, oh, this body, useless. I don't care for it. Because he thinks that it is his body. And that's why he says, oh, I don't care, for this body, I don't care. But when you think that this belongs to the Lord, I have been appointed as the caretaker, so it is His duty to take care of the body for Him, not for Himself. Now the house is there, of course, it belongs to the Lord. You must take care of the house, keep it neat and clean for Him. So, because He is the Lord, He has given this duty. Just keep it neat and clean for Him. I tell you, when Baba would be away, Baba would not be always at Meherabad. He would, since 1957, of course, he started living at Meherabad for 9 months, and 3 months he would be in Guru Prasad. So Kaka was there at Meherabad. Kaka would just keep everything neat and clean, expecting Baba every day. And sometimes Baba would go without any notice. And once it so happened that we were on must tour, we had been to that Aurangabad side. While coming from Satara, we went there. And while coming, at night at about 2 o'clock, Baba said that while returning to Satara, we would go to Meherabad. So 2 o'clock at night we reached there. And what do we find, Baba's room just ready for him, as if Baba was living there. Everything neat and clean. So he was expecting Baba every day, and that's why he would keep everything neat and clean for him. So we must also expect him every day. We must try that he will come to us, and we must keep ourselves ready. There are so many families, Baba would go sometimes, and all of a sudden he would say, just give me something to eat. Any time, any odd time. And what would be the result? Then they would think, that Baba would come at any time. So every day they would cook food for him. And they would keep, and after years he would go there. After years. But here, this was their meditation. They would just think about Baba, that he would come. And that's why they would keep the things ready for him. So such preparation is there. Anything you just do for him. Expect him every moment of your life, and then of course you live for him. It is not that if you get angry, or if you get bad desires, or this or that, it is not at all your fault. It is not your fault. Your fault is just expect him. Just try to be with him. If we try like this, then of course he takes care. We just say that, oh, I am very weak, I am just, I get angry and I get angry. This is not good. Actually, what happens, people read about this, anger is bad, lust is bad, selfishness is bad, and always think about this. And there is another thing, ego business. Oh, this is my ego, this is his ego. The things which you should forget, you all the time you remember. Oh, this is my ego. What is that ego? You give existence to the ego, and that's why it is there. Otherwise, there is no ego. But because we give existence, and we think that, oh, this is my ego, this is my ego, this is his ego, he is very egoistic. All the time, nothing. You forget Baba and remember ego. You forget Baba and remember anger. Why? The thing which you should forget, why to remember it? Or sometimes if you get angry, what is bad in that? Just surrender to him. Just ask his forgiveness for that. You surrender everything to him, and at the same time, again you remember that. And when you remember that, you just bring it back. Bring it back. So one should just try to forget, and once you surrender to him, then of course you should not worry about it. I don't say that you should not correct yourself. You must correct, but don't worry about the thing. If you get angry or this, or you have bad desires or that, don't worry about it, just surrender to him, and he is there to protect. Always protection is there. He is the one, anything you try to hide, but you can't hide. You can't hide because he knows everything. And his eyes are so sharp, that anything you put anywhere, you try to hide, but you can't do that. Because he is in everyone, he knows. That is his knowledge. His seeing is quite different. He sees everything. Nothing is hidden. So when we have that conviction, when we have that faith, when we have that trust, that of course he knows everything, so why to hide? He is the one who knows everything. So when we try to hide, that means we just deceive him. One who knows, we don't know that he is all-knowing. We don't have that trust, we don't have that faith that he knows everything. So, can you hide anything from you, any thought, anything, When you cannot hide from your own self, how can you hide from him? Because he is in you, he knows everything. So, it is not possible to hide anything from him. He knows, it is just clear to him. Even thousands and thousands of miles you are from him, his physical form. But still, because he is not that physical form, he is not this physical body, he is the eternal one, the infinite one. And because when he is the infinite one, and we have that faith in him, of course we should be just open to him. When we remain open to him, of course he is also, he helps us. But why, here I got bad thoughts, very bad thoughts, bad desires I get. all the time bad thoughts, desires, anger, all the time we remember. Oh, it is not good. And why to give to Baba, we must give him good thing according to our own conviction. This is good and this is bad. But good and bad both are just illusory. One is just gold chain, another is iron chain, but the chain is there. So there is no difference. So why not, just depend upon him, give everything to him? And why to make this distinction of good and bad? Whatever is there, good, bad, whatever is there, just to dedicate to him, surrender to him. Is just like in the ocean. What happens, if you just put one barrel full of perfume, what will happen to the water? Whether one barrel full of perfume you put in the ocean, whether the water will be perfumed, it is a big ocean. So nothing happens to the water, it remains as such. But if you put one barrel full of shit there, whether it will sting, the water will sting? No, because it is a big ocean. So it absorbs perfume as well as this shit, and the water just remains clear. Water is not affected by that. And so also, he is the ocean. Whether good, bad, just give him. He wants that we should surrender everything. Why to keep ourselves and get bound ourselves? Because when we keep anything for ourselves, that means we remain bound. So just dedicate everything, surrender everything to him, whether good, bad, we have no concern with that.